Hey guys, it's Ani from Create Your Future, and I am a certified life and law of attraction coach. Today we're going to be answering some of our client questions, frequently asked questions about law of attraction and manifesting. And I also do have a success story. So one of my clients was manifesting her SP, and the SP, there was a third party present. So my client was kind of experiencing hot and cold behavior from him. They had been together years before, and she wanted to get back with him, but then there was this girlfriend present, and she had no clue how that's going to happen, how law of attraction works or manifesting works when it comes to getting rid of a third party. So she was experiencing a lot of hot and cold. He was not putting her first at all. She was kind of like on the back burner. Whenever he felt like it, he would just message her or go see her. But if he didn't, he would just cancel plans and just not really be attentive to her, not really give her his time or effort. He was too busy either with the third party or just with work. So after a few sessions, we managed to get rid of the third party, and now she is on a pedestal for him. He has put her on the pedestal, and he is literally catering to her needs, so attentive to her, and always asking her out, like, where would you like to go? Where can I take you? Like, can I come see you? Bombing her phone, like just constant messages and calls. Like she's at the point where she's just like, okay, like give me my space. So we could totally flip it around. All you got to do is just practice and discipline your mind, shift from a reactor and victim point of view to a creator point of view. So I do have some questions. And by the way, if you guys want to ask me any questions, go ahead and post it on the Patreon group. It's going to be in the link down below, in the description down below of this video. So yeah, let's go over these questions that clients asked. All right, first question. Hi, Ani. Can you please explain why it's so important for me to do my affirmations every time I think of my SP? It feels weird to me to do them every time I think of him, and I feel like exhausted. Sure. So the reason why it's so important to keep a mental diet and to shift your thoughts every time you think of your SP is because you already have a certain way of thinking about this SP. It could be he's not making you his priority, or he doesn't make enough time for you, or he doesn't care about you as much as you care about him. So you're already trying to manifest this person back, right? So whether it's a new person or an existing SP, you have a certain assumption of them or assumptions of them. That assumption that you have of them obviously is not giving you your desired result. So how we change it is we reprogram our brain. Every time you think about him or her, you think about him in a desired way. So yes, I currently don't see he's making me a priority in 3D, but this is how I create. So I persist with one assumption or a few assumptions about this person until it hardens into fact into my 3D. So yes, you might not see your 3D change right away, but persistence is what changes your 3D anyway. Persistence in the new way of thinking about that person. So for example, let's say someone's always rude to me, right? And I keep thinking about that person, like, okay, they're rude to me. They've shown me they're rude to me a few times already. Like, why are they so rude to me? Like, I have this already set perception of this person, right? That person will continue to be rude to me until I change that mental conversation in my head. So once I switch to, no, you know what? This person's going to change. Why? Because if I change my thoughts, they will change theirs too, because I influence them. Everything I assume manifests into my 3D reality. I will assume that way until I see the change. That's how you shift from reactor, from victim, from I'm not experiencing what I want to, I'm going to experience what I want. Let me test it out. Let me test it out. Let me change my assumptions. Let me change my thoughts. And let me watch this person change with me. So you might not notice it right away. You might not notice it in a day or two or a week. But I promise you, if you keep persisting, you will see changes in that person's behavior towards you. All right. Next question. Hey, Ani, I've noticed a lot of success stories state that some people get their manifestations in 2 days or 5 days or a week, but I don't have mine yet, and I've been trying about a week and a half. Does that mean my manifestation will take longer? So the reason why some people get their manifestations immediately or quicker than others is, again, your mental diet, your mental conversation. How optimistic are you about the situation? Or do you believe that you can change the situation with your thoughts? And have you ever experienced manifestation before? So have you ever thought of something and seen it show up in your reality? That's an experience of manifestation, immediate manifestation. Have you ever written something down and then experienced it a few days or a few weeks later? It all depends on, number one, how much blind faith you have. It also depends on how your mental diet is. Like, are you stating your desire once, twice, 3 times a day, and then the rest of your day thinking opposing thoughts? Because that matters too. If you want something and it's not showing up, 99.9% of the time, it means it's because you're stating your desire. Maybe you're writing it down. Maybe you're affirming it a few times a day. But when you go back and you think about that person, you remember that, no, this person's not how I want them to be. But they didn't show me what I want them to show me. This is a hot and cold mental diet. This means that your mental diet needs to be, you need to work on it more. You need to be strict with it. I want you guys to try this out and experiment with this. You have nothing to lose. Try a strict mental diet for 2 weeks. Write out your desires. Stick with the mental conversation of my thoughts create. Doesn't matter what I see now in my 3D, because my thoughts and assumptions will harden into fact, and I will eventually touch, feel, hear everything I want with that person. 2 weeks, guys. Try it out. And don't pay so much attention to, well, this person got their success story faster than I did, or I've been trying for so long. Don't pay attention so much on that. Is what you're doing is you're noticing, oh, see, I don't have it. And then you're going ahead and confirming lack. You're confirming, wow, that person got it. I didn't. You're constantly confirming lack. That's also a negative mental diet. All right, guys, next question. Hi, Ani. I have trouble believing every single one of my intentions. Do I have to believe in what I affirm? Do I have to force myself to feel good? Good question. You do not have to force yourself to feel good. If you notice, if you've put 2 and 2 together and notice your thoughts create in your 3D, were you always positive? Were you always on top of the world? I can guarantee you weren't. You had like a neutral thought and it popped up in your 3D. So no, you don't have to force yourself to feel anything. What you do have to work on is having a little faith. A lot of manifesting requires blind faith, because you do not see how the world is orchestrating or how the universe is orchestrating everything in your favor. When things do show up, when your manifestation does show up, it's literally in the most natural way possible. Like, if you sit down and try to figure out how the universe will bring your manifestation to you, I mean, there's millions and billions of possibilities. It knows the most least resistant way to show it to you. So you kind of have to have blind faith in the process and the how. So don't force yourself too much to feel a certain way. Just feel at ease. Practice peace of mind. Practice patience. I would even intend to be patient and confident on your manifestation journey. Do you have to believe in what you affirm? So I get this question so much, you guys. Like, let's say you're affirming that someone makes you priority. Do you believe it right now? No, it's kind of logically impossible to believe it when you're not seeing it in your 3D. You do not have to believe it. You do not have to figure out how you're going to believe it or how it's going to come. What you do have to believe is that your thoughts create. And you guys can test this out with your mini manifestations list. You can experiment with this. You can think random thoughts and see them show up. And you can even go backwards in time and think about stuff that has shown up just with a neutral, non-resistant thought. So yes, you do not have to believe in what you affirm, but you do have to believe that your thoughts and your assumptions create. You guys can even check like how people are treating you. Like, again, let's go back to someone being rude to you. What's the assumption you have of that person? Do you feel that that person's, a mean, rude person? Have you made those assumptions, or have they shown you one little behavior of like rudeness and you took it personal? Now that's just the characteristic you attach to them. If you notice, guys, everyone in your surroundings, everyone in your 3D, you do have assumptions about everybody. You have assumptions about your coworkers, you have assumptions about your boss, you have assumptions about certain people in your family, and they will keep showing you those assumptions. Next question. My SP has a third party and I feel like giving up, but I really want him. How can I get rid of the third party? This question goes great with that success story we shared earlier. So, how do you get rid of a third party? Well, first, you intend that the third party moves on peacefully. Second, actually, no. First, you acknowledge that you brought in the third party. How do we bring in a third party? Insecurity, feelings of insecurity about ourselves, about our SP towards us, feeling of lack of being a priority, lack of being like feeling good enough, you're not worthy, you don't feel like you're enough for that person. All these types of thoughts and insecurities, they invite a third party into your relationship. How do we get rid of them? So number one, acknowledge you invited them in. Number two, intend that they move on peacefully and they find a better partner that will treat them right, that will make them even happier than they are now. Intend that your SP only wants you, and they've always only wanted you. Recreate that person. Write down all of the complaints you ever had of your SP. You did have complaints if you invited a SP in, guys. Like, a lot of people don't acknowledge that when something is missing in the relationship, you either blame the other person or you blame yourself, but both of those scenarios, they don't help you. So if you're blaming the other person, okay, he didn't do this for me, he didn't do that for me, he didn't show up for me when I needed him. Again, lack. I hope I make sense. So when you do that, either that person goes and finds another person they're interested in, or you kind of reel in the third party and push them together energetically, if that makes sense. Intend they move on peacefully, the third party, and intend that you're number one. You're good enough. You're worthy enough. You are enough for that person that you're trying to manifest. You are the best. You are confident. You are secure in your relationship. I intend to be this person's priority. I intend that this person feels as amazing as I do when I'm in their presence. I intend the feelings I have for this person are mutual. Why wouldn't they be? I'm good enough. I'm worthy enough. You know, I want you guys to understand that the whole universe sees you as good enough and worthy. That's why you have the power you do. That's why you have the power of manifesting anything you want, because that's how you're viewed by this force. You're viewed as good enough, worthy enough, confident, secure, powerful. You're all of this anyway. So do not doubt yourself. Doubt only comes because you have not known how powerful you are for probably all your life. You were just told, life just happens to you. Don't take anything personal, or you can't change anything. This is just what it is. You have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with it. You are a powerful creator. You are a master manifester, and you invite everything into your life by assuming so. So assume only the best for yourself, for other people. Assume you are a patient person. Assume you will have peace of mind now and on your manifestation journey. That was it for the questions, guys. So we covered how to get rid of SP. We went over a few intentions, how to get rid of SP. I'm sorry, not SP, 3P, third person, guys. We don't want to get rid of the SP. We want to invite SP in. Believing in your affirmations, do you have to? No, you don't. You just have to believe that your thoughts and assumptions create. So you have to persist in the desired thoughts and assumptions. Persist, persist, persist. Keep that strict mental diet until it hardens into fact and you get to experience it in your 3D. Do not feel exhausted, you guys. This is not like a chore. You are just reprogramming the way you think in your brain, and all of your assumptions and thoughts you have currently have to shift for you to invite more of your desired results. Yes, and do not be impatient with other people getting their success stories faster than others. Don't worry about that. Don't affirm lack. Every time you worry about why did that person get their success story faster than me, you are pushing lack and you're inviting more lack in. All right, guys, if you want to ask me any questions or any of the other coaches any questions, send it into the Patreon group. The link is in the description down below. I hope I was clear and easy to understand. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below if you've manifested anything recently. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.